finally revealed. At 75 years old, George Foreman at last addressed the deeply disturbing accusations that have haunted the final years of his storied life. The beloved champion, familiar to millions as the smiling face of the George Foreman Grill, found himself facing allegations that shocked fans who thought they knew everything about Big George. The public image of the gentle giant may not have told the full story. George Edward Foreman's journey began far from controversy. An Olympic gold medalist who became one of boxing's most feared champions, Foreman dominated the heavyweight division with his intimidating power. His imposing presence made opponents tremble before they even stepped into the ring. But in 2022, this carefully constructed image began to crumble when multiple women came forward with allegations of sexual abuse. Their claims dated back to the 1970s, when Foreman was in his 20s and at the height of his initial boxing fame. Most disturbing was that the alleged victims were minors at the time. The lawsuits described a troubling pattern. One woman, identified in court as Denise S., claimed she first met Foreman when she was just 8 years old. She alleged he cultivated a relationship over years, taking her for ice cream and making comments about marrying her someday. The lawsuit claimed Foreman began having sexual relations with her when she was 15, with multiple instances occurring in hotel rooms, including one specific incident at a San Francisco hotel in 1976. Another accuser, known as Gwen H., alleged Foreman forced her into a sexual relationship starting at age 15. Her father worked for Foreman, and she claimed the boxer threatened to fire her father if she didn't comply or if she reported the abuse. The alleged abuse continued until she was 16. The women described profound trauma from these alleged incidents. Their statements paint a picture of lives forever altered, feeling broken mentally, emotionally, and physically, struggling with self-worth, unable to form healthy relationships, and turning to substance abuse to cope with emotional numbness. The accusations translated into formal lawsuits filed in California Superior Court in 2022. A critical factor enabling these cases was California's Assembly Bill 218, enacted in January 2020. This law temporarily revived the statute of limitations for civil claims related to childhood sexual abuse, creating a window for survivors to file lawsuits that would otherwise have been time-barred. Foreman's legal team fought aggressively on multiple fronts. They removed at least one case to federal court based on diversity jurisdiction. Their primary argument was that claims based on alleged incidents occurring outside California should be governed by the laws of those states, where statutes of limitations might not have been revived. In October 2024, U.S. District Judge Mami Ewusi Mensah Frimpong delivered a significant blow to Foreman's defense strategy. She tentatively denied his motion for partial summary judgment that aimed to exclude out-of-state allegations. Her reasoning suggested the allegations potentially described an ongoing pattern of abuse, strengthening the rationale for applying California's more permissive law to the entire set of claims. From the moment the allegations surfaced, Foreman issued unwavering denials. Through statements and legal representatives, he adamantly and categorically refuted all claims. These denials highlighted his decades-long public life, asserting he had maintained a reputation beyond reproach until these women came forward. A central pillar of Foreman's defense was the repeated accusation that the women were attempting to extort millions from him and his family. He framed their claims as baseless threats and lies, motivated by financial gain. Foreman provided a specific timeline to support his extortion claim. He asserted that one accuser first contacted him in 2017, requesting substantial financial assistance for her ailing father, his former trainer. According to Foreman, it was only after he refused this request that she first raised allegations of past abuse. Amid this legal battle, it's impossible to ignore the boxing moment that defined Foreman's early career. The iconic 1974 Rumble in the Jungle against Muhammad Ali. The bout in Kinshasa, Zaire stands as one of the most analysed sporting events of the 20th century. Ali employed a daring strategy later dubbed the rope-a-dope. From the second round onwards, he retreated to the ring ropes, covering defensively while allowing Foreman to expend tremendous energy, throwing powerful punches. Ali used the elasticity of the ropes to absorb impact, while taunting Foreman to throw more punches. By the 8th round, Foreman was spent. Ali launched a decisive flurry of punches, culminating in a right hand that sent the champion down for the count. The loss was devastating for Foreman, one that would haunt him for years. Decades later, Foreman acknowledged underestimating Ali's resilience. He recalled Ali's taunts, particularly the memorable line whispered during the 7th round. "That all you got, George?" Foreman described the loss as devastating and humiliating, though he eventually developed a close friendship with Ali, calling him one of boxing's greatest. Following this defeat and a profound religious conversion, Foreman stepped away from boxing to become a minister. Years later, his improbable comeback culminated in a historic victory, making him the oldest heavyweight champion ever at age 45, a testament to resilience and determination. This second act was further amplified by phenomenal success as an entrepreneur. The endorsement of the lean, mean, fat-reducing grilling machine proved extraordinarily lucrative, becoming one of the most successful celebrity product endorsements in history. Sales exceeded 100 million units worldwide. At its peak, his profit share reportedly earned him millions per month. In 1999, Foreman sold the perpetual rights to use his name and likeness for the grill to the manufacturer for approximately $138 million in cash and stock, substantially more than his entire boxing career earnings. His status as an ordained minister and devoted family man, fathering 12 children, including 5 sons, all named George Edward Foreman, cemented a wholesome image far removed from his intimidating ring presence. His transformation from the menacing Big George to a widely beloved public figure was carefully cultivated through entrepreneurship, ministry, and media appearances. The emergence of sexual abuse allegations presented a stark challenge to this carefully constructed persona. Accusations involving the grooming and assault of minors stood in direct opposition to the image of the trusted minister and family man. The attorney for Foreman's accusers publicly criticized media outlets for failing to question Foreman about the ongoing lawsuits during promotional tours for his 2023 biopic, suggesting celebrity status might shield prominent figures from difficult questions. George Foreman passed away on March 21, 2025, at the age of 76. His family confirmed his death through social media, stating he peacefully departed, surrounded by loved ones. Memorial services were held in his hometown of Houston to honor his life and career. Foreman's death did not conclude the legal challenges. Shortly after his passing, attorneys representing the plaintiffs formally requested a 90-day pause in the federal court proceedings to allow sufficient time for the appointment of a legal representative for Foreman's estate. This signaled a clear intention to continue the litigation by substituting the estate as the defendant. Initial public reactions to Foreman's death, particularly from prominent figures in sports and entertainment, largely focused on celebrating his renowned achievements. Tributes highlighted his boxing prowess, iconic comeback, entrepreneurial success, and his generally perceived positive attributes like resilience, faith, and kindness. Despite the predominantly celebratory tone, some commentary acknowledged the unresolved nature of the sexual abuse allegations. Reports noted that he died while embroiled in lawsuits, unable to definitively clear his name, leaving a significant question mark over his reputation. George Foreman's life story is one of dramatic transformations and monumental successes. From Olympic gold to fearsome champion, from minister to beloved pitchman, his achievements are undeniable. Yet the serious allegations that surfaced in his final years cast a permanent shadow. The continuation of lawsuits against his estate ensures that these darker questions remain active. While immediate tributes focused heavily on his celebrated accomplishments, the unresolved nature of the claims ensures they will continue to be part of the discourse around his legacy. This might be the most complicated legacy in sports history. Foreman's achievements in the ring and in business stand as remarkable accomplishments by any measure. But the accusations paint a disturbing picture that cannot be reconciled with the grandfatherly image he cultivated. What do you believe about Big George's legacy? Was he the gentle giant who found redemption after defeat, or did fame and success shield him from accountability? The final verdict may never be known. If you found this story compelling, be sure to like this video, leave your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more in-depth explorations of sports legends whose stories aren't as simple as they first appear.